I'm not ready to give up on this game just yet. The Raven, Remastered. I think we're closing in on the end of Chapter 1, the train wreck. Let's see if I can resume. We'll do a recap. Let's load and cut this fucking overture, and let's recap. I'm in a mysterious burning train. The thief hit a bomb in the jewel case and blew us to smithereens in the tunnel, and now we're trapped and inflamed. And I have to find a way to decouple the car and light my way out. So, it's a point-and-click text adventure game at its finest. THQ Nordic presents The Raven. Now, let me see if I remember the controls. Triangle is my inventory. Triangle's my inventory. Let's see if I can light it. Light a match. Alright. And I have nothing but a burning bowl of alcohol, a bottle of alcohol, and this fanciful tower. So the what's it called? Examine the flame.
Hot, but it's no use as a light source.
Oh, as a light source. Let's check the audio quick. The D-pad doesn't work on the menu. Okay, and we're gonna need subtitles on so I can see what they're saying. Okay, the Raven. Now, examine the flame. What about the rum-soaked torch? Pour alcohol in the torch. Light the torch. Let's see if this works. We're trying to light our way so we can decouple the train.
The alcohol on the curtain burns just as darkly as in the bowl.
It's no
help.
Oh no, it's no help. Well, I'll tell you who is of a big fucking help. The one and only Game FAQs, because guess what you gotta do with this shit? Oh no, and now I have the rum-soaked torch.
But rather heavy.
Look, heavy curtain. It shimmers and feels smooth.
Probably doesn't burn easily, like the tablecloth.
Yeah, it doesn't burn easily, which is a good thing. All right, well, watch what you have to fucking do that I had to look up. God damn it! Watch what you have to do that I had to fucking look up. All right, climb down off the train. Climb down off the train. And now let's examine. Uncouple the freight car.
I'm sure I can uncouple the car if I only
had a light to see what I'm doing. Oh no!
I can feel cold metal and a screw thread
and a lot of
grease. But
oh
I can't do more without light.
Oh no! Well, what happens if I use the alcohol? What happens if I use the? What happens if I use this? Clean the oil and grease from the mechanism.
Smear some grease on the curtain.
Oh, that's such a good idea that I totally would have thought of if I hadn't looked up at fucking...
I can feel cold, but I can't...
If only I hadn't fucking looked up at Game FAQs and figured that out. Use the tablecloth to clean grease that he never even mentions. Oh my god. Alright, what are the controls? L1, R1, shoulders do nothing. What about square is my score? Square is my score and shows me what I can interact with. Circles examine, X is use. What about the D-pad? And triangles bring up my inventory. Alright. Use the oily curtain. Use the oily curtain. Wrap the curtain around the chair leg, and then let's light it. Then let's light it. And then now, grab the curtain and light the torch.
I'm the god of fire.
Oh wow, you really did it now, bud. Fucking asshole. Alright, let's go outside. Part 2, The Raven.
That's better now.
Now, examine the coupling.
Basic mechanism. The kind that lasts forever.
Forever?
A lever on a pressure sleeve running along a thread.
Turn the lever.
I can uncouple it with this lever.
Why don't you go ahead and do that then? Damn, look at these animations. Okay. Examine the lever. Uncouple the car.
There we go. Time to get out of here.
Their modeling was pretty good.
Listen, everybody. Listen. Robert, What's the situation?
Yeah, couldn't find the engineer, so I got in the driver's cab myself and released the brake.
All right. Good job. You too. Listen, please.
Matty! Where's Matt? Where's my son?
Relax, madame.
Hope he's on the car.
I'm sure.
Help!
Fucking dumbass.
Matty! No!
Damn. He's got to climb up. This game's pretty cool. I didn't want to give up on it too soon. Just because I got beaten by that puzzle. Damn! It's like, reminds me of Wallace and Gromit. So I'm the inspector.
Where are you?
Attempting to investigate. New pictures unlocked. What? So I'm the inspector attempting to investigate this jewel thief, and there's a lot of suspicious characters on the train, even while I'm watching them. So I'm on the same level as the first fucking time. I guess there's really nothing. Look under the counter. I guess there's really nothing. Yeah, turn around first. Get your bearings.
Matt? Are you
there?
nothing?
Nothing. Can he move faster? I forget if holding the shoulders does anything. Look out the window. Pull the emergency brake. Nothing. It doesn't work. He released the brakes, so it isn't going to work. Oh damn! I skipped it. Whoops, that was my bad. All right, look out the window. Maybe he jumped off already.
The engine and the coal tender are burning stronger and
Hotter,
hotter.
hotter, feeding
I
the
have
flames.
to decouple the wagons immediately. Sooner
Or later. All right, look under the table. Find Matt. There he is.
Hey, there you are. What were you thinking? Come out of there.
Is he gone?
Is who gone?
Who gone?
Man!
What
What
man?
There was a man. He was coughing.
One of the passengers?
I think he came down from the roof.
That was the fucking dude. That was the guy who was trying
What
to
are
fucking
you
release the
doing on
brakes, you
train
idiot.
anyway? Why didn't you wait in the tunnel with the other passengers?
I wanted to get my pistol.
Your
Just
pistol?
a toy
There's so
wooden
many
pistol.
cops
Fucking
and thieves
moron.
and explosions and everything. Then I need a pistol too.
Makes sense. All right. First, I'll stop the train, and then we'll have a chat, okay? You want to come out? Good idea. You stay put.
This game is bizarre, man. I think that the writing and the animations are really great. It's just goofy. It reminds me of some claymation show. Examine the handbag.
I suppose this handbag belongs
Miss
to Miss
Miller.
Miller.
Lady
Matt's mother.
Westcott. Search the handbag? Fuck yeah. Search the handbag. Yeah, turn around, get your bearings.
Aha.
We're gone.
Matt saw something. It could prove to be very useful, but if I don't stop the train soon...
Alright, stop the train. Alright, stop the train. Stop the train. Enter the Baroness compartment. I don't know if I can get into their compartments yet. I also like how I'm still in the same fucking level.
I can't get in. I presume the Baron...
Baroness' luggage is blocking the door. Go at this guy's room. Now that everybody's gone, I can finally search everything. Explore the cupboard. Pushes everything open. Turn on the tap.
The
I don't know
tanks
what that
seem
does.
to be damaged.
Water's
The water
still
is still running.
Look in the mirror.
Got yourself into? Couldn't you have just let it be? But no, of course not. And now
Fear
you're
out
here
of control.
on an out-of-control train in the Alps. What are you waiting for, eh?
Examine the towel.
A large, soft towel.
Very comfortable. Take the towel. Take the towel, see? We need this
I'll
stuff.
wrap it around my neck to keep my hands free.
Sounds like a good idea.
Situation.
Turn on the tap. Examine the
Professor,
suitcase.
unlike the leather bag, he left
Left
it
it behind when he
but
fled.
I don't think there's anything interesting in it.
Whatever he's hiding from, it's in his leather bag. Alright. Alright, fine. It's in his leather bag. Alright, fine. Turn on the tap. They keep wanting me to turn on the tap. Wet the towel. Yeah, I probably could. Let's see. Look out the window.
You can hardly see out of the... I don't know how much coal is burning on the tender up there.
Must be tons. Open the door. Look at him fighting his way.
If the emergency brake doesn't work,
I'll have to try something else.
Ouch!
It's hot. Oh boy, maybe I'll use the towel. And use the towel. Does that work?
Locked.
It's locked. Are you sure it's locked? Maybe I need to wet the towel.
Leads to the tender. It will be uncomfortable, no doubt, but I suppose there's a relatively safe space in the lee of the tender where...
What other item do I have? I have the pistol, and I have my wallet.
Last week. I like it because a new one.
Shut up, you idiot. I didn't ask about your wallet. Let me see if I can wet the towel and push that shit open. Take the axe. Whoa, an axe.
An axe is for emergencies. If...
What does that say up there? Examine the emergency brake.
Either was damaged in the...
Broke. It's not working. Uncoupled it. Alright. Alright, let's use the axe. Dude, he looks tight. I got my towel and my axe. Open the door. Use the axe to break the door. Yeah, find your bearings.
Okay.
And bar the door shut. Very smart. After you just open it. Fucking idiot. Alright. What can I do? Maybe I could use the towel. Why don't I use the wet towel to wash all the smoke off? Why don't I wet the towel? Dude, I think point-and-click adventure games have gone the way of the dodo. Turn on towel. Turn on the tap. Hold towel under the water. I told you it was going to work.
It's soaking up the cold
water. It's soaking up the cold water. Now it's cold. You want to go outside? Now what? He's covered in soot. Poor boy. And his leg is burned. Wet towel. Open the door handle with the wet towel. Look, see, he draped it around himself. Use the axe, crawl back, examine the coupling.
Ah, the coupling. It looks just like the one on the... That means at first I have to turn that thing there. That
keeps it under tension. Alright, turn it.
It's not working. Even if I could reach the lever with my hands...
Wouldn't have the strength to move it. Oh no! Why don't you use the axe? Release the lever with the help of the axe. It's almost like, I knew what to do. Yeah, that'll do the trick.
That should do the trick.
Perfect. Now examine the coupling.
The coupling won't release because it's under too
much tension. Oh no. Use the axe. Strike the coupling. So he's just on his car in the middle of the Alps.
That's not just smoke. I can actually taste lumps of ash. It's time for my deputy sheriff's story. I uncoupled the locomotive at full speed.
Do you think we'll get in trouble?
Because of the locomotive? I don't think so. Come out so we can have a chat. I checked the entire train. There's no one on it except for us. What an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, what did you see on the train?
Well, it was like this. I wanted to get my pistol.
So let me get this straight. Is that it? Who else is on here? Oh, he's telling a story. He wants his pistol. God, he looks creepy. Yeah, that's the engineer. Maybe he's the Raven. That's the engineer. But the other deputy said he couldn't find him. It's like RE0.
That's you.
Whoa, he dropped a letter.
And then?
When the guy was gone, I got up and banged on the window. I wanted to get out of there, but then I thought, what if the guy can hear me from the next car?
You did well.
What's with the
The
envelope?
envelope that the man lost. Where is it?
I thought it might be important.
I think we should have a look. Some cash. An Italian passport. Blank. Very interesting. And here, a ticket for...
For the cruise!
What?
The tickets we have for the big ship from Venice to Cairo look exactly the same.
Interesting. May I keep it?
What do you want to do with it?
Take a vacation.
So the prime suspects are the college professor who was...
It's evidence.
And my chance to go with you.
The ticket and everything else in the envelope are part of my investigation. And you have no part to play in Cairo.
If I hadn't given you the envelope, you'd have no proof that the Raven's heir would be on the ship.
Ugh. The ship is his next chance to steal the eye. And he won't give up until he has it.
And that's precisely why you should let me come along.
No.
So who are the prime suspects? The prime suspects are the professor who works at the museum, who knows that the gem was stolen. This guy, who's another inspector, and his accomplice, the cop, that was the guy coughing outside the train. They think he's a copycat Raven because he shot the first one, but they don't know who left. And then now they want you to believe that the engineer might be the Raven. The engineer might be, or the Raven might be posing as him. We'll see. We don't know if it's the original or if it's a copycat. Deserves to come along.
What else
Events
did you
tunnel.
find out in the tunnel?
Not much. After we came out of the tunnel, Robert and I questioned the passengers.
Which didn't turn up anything new.
No. The engineer and the fireman were missing. They were found a few kilometers back on the track. Both claimed to have been overwhelmed by a shadow and thrown off the train.
But you don't believe that.
I'm checking their stories. One of them may have been paid to eliminate the other one.
How could the Raven's heir have found out about the trap? How was he able to put the dynamite in the box and place the letter?
The dynamite was probably already in the box when I put it in the safe. I didn't check it.
You had no reason to do so.
It wasn't my only mistake. I knew someone was on the roof of the freight car, but I let myself be distracted by that damned letter.
How did you know?
Too late. I should have reacted instantly.
Too late. Deserves to come along.
And what about the ship? I have earned the right to join you.
What you did was extraordinary.
Oh,
Far
'cause his
more than
jurisdiction
anyone
is
could
not,
have a right to expect from you.
And you
What is it,
still
London
want
or
to leave
Swiss?
me behind.
You met our foe and barely escaped with your life. You may not be that lucky next time.
It wasn't luck.
You can return to Switzerland with your head held high. Enjoy your triumph.
I have not achieved anything yet. The Fiend tried to kill us, and he's still at large.
Yeah, what do you have to say about that? Nothing.
We're here.
Inspector Legrand, an urgent telegram from Paris.
I like this modeling. That big detailed
Bad
clay
news?
look.
It's about the unfortunate events on the train. And to return to Paris and explain myself.
Harry?
But sir, what about the eye?
They want to inform the Egyptian authorities that there might be a burglary attempt.
Might?
Egyptian authorities? What if the jewel is stolen at sea?
I know. I never received.
Throws it in
Keep
the
a
river.
close watch on the loading of the eye, Robert.
Aye, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you, Constable Zellner.
What is the constable's problem with me?
I think he's jealous. Scotland Yard assigned him to assist me, just as you were sent by the Swiss authorities.
With the distinction that he may go to Egypt.
Robert is to accompany me at all times. Your mission was restricted to Switzerland.
At this moment, I want to be sent back to Switzerland just as much as you want to be sent back to Paris.
I know, but I'm walking on thin ice, and I can't carry you too.
Is that a fat joke? Come on,
And
man.
the second eye is in that safe?
Yes, an emerald.
I'm big-boned
It's
it.
been kept in a bank in Zurich since the start of the war. I personally took it out of the bank vault, and Professor Lucien certified that it was the real thing.
And while a fake jewel was sent by train,
The real one was brought here in an armored car.
how is it protected?
You can only open the safe if you have 3 special keys. Professor Lucien has one, and Baroness von Trebitz, who's paying for all this, has the second. The third was sent by air courier to Dr.
So
Abbas.
that's probably the item that the
director of
professor
the
had,
Egyptian
and he was
Museum in
concerned
Paris.
about it.
So,
In his
not
leather bag,
even
it was the
you
key.
could possibly open the safe before it arrives in Egypt.
And then that's
correct.
why
We don't want to make it too easy for potential
the
thieves.
Baroness was
Come
worried
on.
about her lost luggage. So somebody's been stealing the keys. Well, the professor said it was still there. Interesting.
I hope you're aware of the fact that you're risking your career.
Indeed I am.
Why do you care so much about this case? Someone pretends to be the Raven.
What if he's not just pretending?
What do you mean by
It's his handwriting. And there's only one person who ever called me Nico. Have you ever considered the possibility
Shot
that
the
I
wrong
shot
man.
the wrong man?
Or maybe he just lived.
But what do you mean by that?
Let us assume just for a moment that the person I shot and who fell from the roof was not the Raven. Who would have cared enough to uncover the truth? The chief of police, the politicians? No.
No.
And it was the best thing that could have happened to the Raven. He had no reason to fear me anymore. I had so many medals afterwards that he could hear them jingling kilometers away.
And now he's back? Does that sound probable to you?
The feathers, the letters. Nico.
Policemen gossip, and there are plenty of forgers.
My reputation rests on something that I probably did not do. I have to find out who's behind all this.
I'll
Let's
help
review.
again.
One of the 2 most valuable
Valuable
jewels,
jewels.
obviously, and you suspect a legendary.
Go on.
The second jewel is about to be put on board.
Safe
Our
requires
thief
3
may
keys.
already have the first
key.
key, the archaeologist's key from the train.
Archaeologist.
We don't know anything about the status of the second key, which was meant to be air freighted to Cairo.
We have to assume that he already has it.
Therefore, there's just one key left. The Baroness's.
Correct.
So, you'll need my eyes on board.
Look, you can keep your eyes open for me, but when this ship sets sail, you will not.
But
We're dealing with a dangerous man.
Yeah,
I won't let you get mixed up in this affair.
it's still...
No, it's not. Good day, Constable Zellner.
What would it be like to be a thief? And just steal, like, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna sneak onto this train, steal a jewel from the case, climb on top of a train, climb in a window, steal the archaeologist's key, steal this woman's bag. How exciting that would be. So where am I supposed to go? Well, I'm gonna see how far I can walk this fucking scene. I think he's stuck. I think I have to get on the boat. I have to look on the boat before it leaves. Damn. Look at the gangway.
I'll be marching up this gang. Someone has to stop that damn bomb.
bomber. Board the ship. What about
In my
the
younger
crane?
years, I might have considered abseiling from... But those days...
Days are long past. Go to the young woman's car. Examine the
Amazing
luggage.
how much luggage? And I
Few
guess that's
passengers.
fine, but nothing compared to the...
What does it say? Look at the
Could
driver.
she be? An actress? A million? She's certainly attractive.
A lot of attention.
I'll take an
Inconspicuous look up close. Just tell her you're a cop. Pull her over. Dude, that'd be a sweet pickup line. Oh, fucking idiot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Fucking
wasn't
idiot.
expecting anyone to be crawling around on the ground in front of my door.
Don't worry about it, miss. No,
Oh, that's...
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
She's taller than him even without the heels.
May I ask your name?
Patricia Mayers.
Are you American?
I am. Could you help me, please?
I am.
Shut.
And then he puts it down.
Are you on your way?
Fucking idiot.
Are you on holiday?
My father works for a railroad.
Railroad
And is
company.
rebuilding the country after...
Yes.
War. What war? The war in Egypt?
One more.
You're lucky to have a father who takes you to so many...
Oh, yes.
Places.
Aren't you
Lucky me.
interested in Egypt?
I would have been more interested in a father who doesn't travel 300 days a year.
How old is this
I'm
chick?
sure your father regrets...
No. And I'm sure he always wanted the best for me. But that doesn't stop him from thinking...
Right. Daddy issues? Rich daddy issues?
Bring my luggage on board, please.
Excuse me?
It was a pleasure meeting you, Constable Zellner.
Impertinent.
Hey, don't get mad. You wanted something from her too. You know, a little tit for tit action.
You see,
Enjoy
it's
the
quiet
view.
today.
What about this guy over here?
Constable Oliver seems to be a little...
Simplistic,
The
it's
way
not
he
bad.
reacted in the tunnel and got the...
Train moving.
Hello, Constable.
It's Oliver.
I just wanted to say that you
Good
did
job
it...
on the tunnel.
How did you know?
I've come from
Get
a
the train
family of
moving.
miners, and my uncle...
Let's see.
Miners.
And you looked over here.
Yeah,
Did Legrand tell you about his
Mysterious.
theory?
of course
Could
he
be the
did.
real Raven.
But the modus operandi doesn't fit at all.
We have the letter. And the...
Anyone can
They're
put a...
very symbol.
What's that supposed to mean?
It was you.
What was...
You put the envelope on the safe.
To blow myself up?
You threw the bomb away, and now you're the famous hero.
That
Oh my
is-
god.
Only you and I and Legrand were in the freight. One of us must have put the... Legrand didn't think...
So he suspects me? That's pretty funny. I guess we gotta board the ship. What about, talk to the doctor?
Is that... Hello, Dr.
Miss Lydia.
Ah,
The hour.
The hero of the hour.
oh, you
Yes, which is
Well,
almost...
be-
Is your new job...
on the... I wasn't sure whether I made the... I'm from the Black Forest, you know. There are only mountains, but now
There's no
the
ships.
salty breeze...
The atmosphere. So no one knows anything about the,
The sea is one thing.
It will...
no one knows anything about the ship. Or the trip.
What do you know? Did you
Nothing
talk...
really.
No. Her butler was looking after her.
Everyone was
As you
busy.
can imagine, it was a shock for her to see her son rolling...
That's
All
un...
the way.
So, we were all glad.
Have you already met the...
Mario heard of...
Should I?
He is something of a star. In the
War
First
hero.
World War, in this he had...
You mean, like...
Anyway, sending him into combat was
Combat.
out of his ship, part of a convoy.
Emperor?
To say his health is rather... I think most of my time on board...
Well, there's nothing left for me to do, but...
Oh,
Unfortunately, no.
Going
What
back
a
to
Take
Zurich.
care, Doc.
oh, we found these in
I'm
Tunnel.
afraid so.
Strophantine. Maybe it's for the best that you're not coming along.
Long, too much.
Too much excitement could be bad for your health.
You mean, if I don't do anything, I'll probably have a few more years to live?
That's right.
Keep your chin up. Damn, dude. Give him some, best news. Just throws him in the ocean. Everybody's littering. Let's see who this is.
James? James!
Hello, Baroness.
Ah, Inspector.
Constable.
Poppycock. You won't be a constable much longer when they find out how you rescued that little boy.
Very kind of you to say so. I hope you survived the adventure in the tunnel unharmed.
Scandalous. You book a first-class cabin, and then you're walking on the rails.
Walking?
They wanted to bundle me off in a bus.
The circumstances.
I insisted on a limousine.
A limo.
And
Did you know that the real Eye of the Sphinx wasn't even on the train?
I had no idea. Inspector Legrand seems to prefer to keep me in the dark, although I'm the one paying for all of this.
The inspector is ensuring the safety
Because she
of
wants to
the
buy
eye.
the eye,
Well,
because she's
obviously.
rich.
All the same, it was you who did the real work on the train.
I hope that the remainder of your
gets
trip to
great music.
Cairo will be less stressful.
You aren't coming with us.
I'm afraid Inspector Legrand doesn't want my company.
Now, where's my damn... James,
He's so like walk up, he's all
Is
pissy.
the inspector to carry my luggage onto the ship all by himself?
Oh yeah, thanks for volunteering me,
Well,
Adam.
actually... Baroness?
Oh, what the fuck?
Baroness.
So,
Hello.
I...
what the hell did you see?
Now,
They let her fall in the concrete.
How did Dr. Gebhardt?
no, just your arm, James.
But of
I think it's interesting how even these
It was
games...
no moment of weakness.
She saw something.
Especially since she doesn't want to admit it.
I think with these games, it's tough because there are some games where they give you like tons of text to read, and then there are games like this where you're basically standing and listening to the dialogue. I think both of those are very bad ways to tell stories. I really think cutscenes are just the greatest way to tell a story. Listen to the characters talking, but also see them moving in action. Maybe that's really what it is. I'm watching the action play out. Maybe that's what it is. It has nothing to do with just because we don't like walking chats, like standing and listening to the story. We don't like it. Show it to me.
Who or
What did she see?
neither of them seems to have noticed what happened down here. You'll have a tough time with her. How does one get aboard without a ticket? Not brilliant, but it's a possibility.
Aren't I supposed to still look at the car? I didn't ever look at her luggage. You press square and you get a hint at what to look at. Alright, I guess. What about that crane still? Board the ship? Well, you can't. You can't board the ship.
Oh, who do we have here? Signore...
This is Constable Anton Zellner.
Signore Zellner, I heard about
Signore.
your feats in the mountains. Welcome aboard the MS Lydia.
Thank you, Captain.
I didn't know you'd be taking part in the journey, but I'm glad to have you with us. I'll have a nice cabin prepared for you immediately.
The constable will not be joining us. He has other duties.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to hear about his adventures from the man himself.
I'd like to accept your offer, but unfortunately, higher powers prevent it.
Oh, he's gonna
I
try
am
and twist
sorry
his
to
arm
hear.
and,
We are
see, let him
by
have
no
me
means
on.
full.
Come
I
on.
have plenty of room for one more passenger.
You see?
The constable
By no means
just
full.
wants to have a quick look around and then leave before we set sail. When will that be?
In about
Now,
15
come on,
minutes.
have some spaghetti.
There you have it, Constable.
May I ask how to get to the cargo hold?
Oh, Signore, there are much nicer places on board.
But I'm interested in the cargo hold.
Why is that?
One of the trunks seems suspicious to me. Someone could be hidden in it.
You? You want to imply that the most brilliant and probably richest thief in all of Europe is stowing away in a trunk? That's
I mean, he's
not
trying to save money. How
That's
did he
what
get
makes
so
it
rich?
more likely that it's not him, but a copycat who's behind all this. And a copycat's style might include doing whatever it takes, like hiding in a trunk if they've lost the ticket.
Oh, come now.
Actually, it would be possible for a registered passenger to board the ship without a ticket.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
yeah?
You can't buy a ticket for the Lydia at the counter. You book the trip in advance. We know the names of all the passengers. As long as a passenger is on the guest list, we let them board the ship. Doesn't matter if they have a ticket or not.
And did
So I
any
have
of
to
the
replace
passengers
someone.
board without a ticket?
I couldn't say. We ask for a name and check it on the list. The tickets are no more than souvenirs for the passengers.
So much for your trunk theory.
Regardless of what you say, I would still like to examine the cargo hold.
All right, then, if you like. But we'll meet here again in 10 minutes. Captain De Conti, before we depart, I'd like to send 2 telegrams.
Certainly, Inspector. The cargo hold is over there. You can enter through a door on the forecastle. The horn will sound twice,
The what?
5
The
minutes
foxhole?
before we set off. That's the signal for all the dock workers to leave the ship.
Understood, Captain.
Follow me to the bridge. You can send your telegrams from there.
My time is running out. If I don't find anything in the cargo hold, my cruise will be over before it even begins.
Like how he explains that to the player. Breaks the fourth wall.
Oh, no.
What the fuck? I can't see shit. Do I have anything? The binoculars.
Oh, what's this?
Oh.
Aha.
A light. Wow, look at these graphics.
That's the young woman's
Cabriolet.
cabriolet. Apparently, they absolutely had to take it to Egypt at Daddy's expense.
Of course. Of course. So she likes nice things. So what? What about down here? Cabriolet. Leave the cargo hold. What about down here? Search the locker.
The door to this locker
Is ajar. The door is ajar.
The left 3 locked.
Are locked. Alright, square shows me what I can examine. How come I can't go back around? Look up there. Fuck. He's stuck. He's fat. What about over here? Kinda reminds me of Little Nightmares, just the way they trotting along. Examine the chest. Boom, here we go. Yep, get your bearings.
Hello? Come on out. The
Maybe it's the
game's
kid.
out.
Maybe it's the kid. Nothing.
Hello?
Examine the chest. I guess it's done. Can't walk back, it's on the floor. Would you walk around the object? Badass. Examine the shards. Something fell from up above.
The shards are...
Bird.
Phew. I startled too easily.
He looked creepy. And then he's gonna get locked in the trunk. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit! Be silent. Take the knife. Holy shit. Pull the cloth. Well, he fucks everything up. Use the crane controls. Can't. Open the crate. Use the flat iron whip. Use the flat iron to open the crate. Alright, now, what did it say? Open the can fetters with the saw? Alright, his legs are done. Alright, now use the crane controls. With the chair! He's like Mick Foley. Like some WWE. They left him next to... They left him next to the, what? Like the remote control. What the fuck? It's like Until Dawn. Oh my god.
Ouch. Damn.
This game's nuts. Damn, they got an old refrigerator down here and everything. So somebody's on board. Can't believe he got hit.
It would be best if no one found out about this.
New picture added. Examine the pipe.
There's some blood and hair stuck to the pipe.
Well, it can't be yours.
Hair I really can't afford to lose. I'll hold it on the blood-spattered end. After all, we already know who the victim is.
Go upstairs? That's it? You already want me to go upstairs? You don't want me to look anymore? What about this whole fucking compartment? There's nothing to look at? I guess if you press square, it shows you what you can look at. That's like a good cheat code. What about on here? Just go upstairs. No, see, look. There's plenty still. What about the locker? See?
A detention
Examine the
cell for crew members?
For crew members. What about this? Yeah, turn around. Figure it out.
The cargo hold seems to be used as a or at
Changing
least
room.
the part of the crew that doesn't.
Use white suits. Bullet hole.
The shot hit this. The question is, and if so, maybe the gunman just. I can't
Intimidate
imagine
me.
a more effective.
Just wanted to intimidate you. What about the car? Anything else back here? I guess you get like score. You get like a point. Like, what's my score? 11,000. You get a score for like investigating everything and looking at clues. Would you walk around it, please? Oh my god, he doesn't want to walk around. Can you walk back there? Yeah, that's where I was. That's where I was held. Examine the bulkhead.
I can make out a corridor.
No
but
details.
no.
Glass is too dirty. What about anything else? What about that knife? What about the knife? I just have the pipe. He did look like kind of thin, the guy who hit me. Maybe it was the engineer. Go downstairs.
It's
look out
already
the
dark
window.
outside.
How long have I been unconscious? Open the door.
Whoever locked the door is.
Stronger than me. Open the door.
I didn't lock the door.
I came in. What about use the pipe? Open the door with the pipe. Boom.
I should be careful.
Gunman might still be nearby. This game's a cool story, but I mean, it could have just been a fucking movie. Uh-oh. the
What are you up to, Zellner?
scent of the gun? Why is he threatening me?
I was jumped in the cargo hold.
Of course you were.
Here, look. Careful how you hold it. There could be fingerprints on the end.
Surely you don't expect me to believe you.
I was inspecting the trunk. I found it in the cargo hold, and it was clear that someone had hidden inside it to board the ship.
Some people are willing to go to great lengths to be a part of this journey.
Indeed. Whoever it was, they struck me on the head from behind with the pipe while I was looking for clues. Oh, and they shot at me as well.
Ridiculous. You wanted to come along. Orders be damned, and so you found a way to stay here. I should throw you overboard.
I would have dreamed up something less painful.
True. That doesn't look good.
Shows him his bald
And
head.
there's a bullet wedged in a wooden crate down there. I don't have a gun.
The doctor should have a look at it. Come with me.
Just walk away. They built this whole set.
Inspector
This
Legrand
music.
and Constable Zellner. So you have decided to join us on our journey after all.
So it would seem. We are searching for Dr. Gebhardt.
I'm just
Oh
fine.
boy, she's fucking hammered.
Tell James.
Certainly.
And,
I shall see.
and now
Yeah, boy.
you'll be in the bar.
If
You'll be in
that's
the
what
bar.
It will be spectacular.
Oh boy. I'll be in the bar. She'll be in the lake.
The fresh sea air. But I'm glad
And
that you
champagne.
decided to join us on our journey to Cairo.
Not quite voluntarily.
So he says.
I was jumped from behind.
No, that,
Dr. Gebhardt should have a look at him.
of course. Please,
See
have
the
a seat in
saloon.
the saloon. Ah, Doctor, there you are. Our brave Constable Zellner was attacked.
Struck on the head.
Oh,
I think this game's story is
sit down,
interesting,
please.
but
Now,
it's
please, tell me
kind of
exactly.
arduous to play through. I don't know that these kind of games are like. I think point and click just doesn't work anymore.
Why didn't
look.
anyone come looking for me? Didn't anyone notice that I didn't come back from the cargo hold?
We
We're
did
paying
search
attention.
for you, but we couldn't find you.
Who was supposed to search the cargo hold?
Constable Oliver. I'll have a talk with him about that later.
I should hope so.
Is it bad?
Yes, it hurts a lot.
I spoke with Dr. Gebhardt.
He suffered a violent blow to the back of the head. I cannot really say how bad it is.
But I can. It really hurts. Where are we? And what time is it? I must have been out for ages.
It's just after 8 p.m.
You just missed dinner. But we'll all meet here in the saloon at 10 o'clock to have a drink together. Greeting the passengers personally is a tradition I will not break, even on this unusual journey.
How many fingers do you see?
What fingers? Well, you count. What do you count?
3
thumb?
fingers.
Okay.
I think you've got a stowaway on board. I was jumped.
Intolerable. I'll have the crew search every nook and cranny of the ship. And of course, Mr. Zellner, you are cordially invited to travel as our special guest.
Good to know that at least one man doesn't want to throw me overboard.
You're all right now, Constable. The bleeding has stopped and the wound looks good. You may have a mild concussion. You just need a good night's sleep. And tomorrow, your only worries will
I
be
thought you weren't
a
supposed to
headache
fall asleep when you have a
and an
concussion.
impressive bump.
You have brain damage.
Thanks.
That's a good enough reason to celebrate. Enough about crooks and thieves. From now on, you can start to enjoy your free cruise.
Start to enjoy your free cruise. Hey, thanks, bud. There's nothing in there.
Inspector,
What?
a dark shadow. Upper deck, just now.
Go. Let's have a
They
look.
did an upper decker in your room?
I'll join you.
Me too.
No, you stay here.
Do you want to make this an argument?
Robert, go to the Baroness and don't let her out of your sight. Zellner, you're coming to the port side. Doctor, you go to starboard. I'll start at the forecastle and work my way back to the two of you.
Look, he says it again, forecastle.
But
I'm gonna call it a forecastle.
Baroness von Trebitz.
All these games just need some more fucking action.
Hello? Baroness von Trebitz?
Love that music,
Open
though.
the door.
Go to the side deck. What does this guy have to say? What about back in here? Let's go back in here. Let's look at the
Dr.
doctor.
Gebhardt insists. Now he doesn't seem to be sure.
Sure if it's a good idea. Do I gotta talk to him? He doesn't seem it's a good idea. You get clues.
Are you okay, Doctor?
oh, of course, it's just
Wouldn't
I
I
would
be?
prefer to come with you.
You heard.
Go to the side deck. Do I need to go downstairs? No, he doesn't want to go down. What about around here? He's banging it. Alright. Let's just go out. What about him? How come he's fucking banging?
All right, Doc.
Oh no, I'm not going on a manhunt all by myself.
He's scared.
Are you okay? Maybe you had better take a rest, in case the blow was more severe.
I'm okay.
Zellner, up here.
Come on. I think it came from up there.
Well, he did say up here. I think it came from down there.
Sure, you just wanted to get a breath of fresh air.
Whoa, that's him. That's him.
Zellner, look who we have here.
Well, if that's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Spent any time hiding in a trunk recently?
Me do nothing.
He claims to be part of the crew. Just wanted to get some fresh air.
Of course.
The Baroness won't open the door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert.
This guy who hit me. So we solved the mystery or what? What about the
You
keys?
were right. There was a stowaway.
See, I told
Yes.
you.
But he can't be the Raven. He's too young.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the Raven isn't lurking here as well.
What was that?
A shot!
It came from one of the cabins.
You're trying to make it more exciting? This should be the
no.
whole game, just a fucking movie.
Baroness von Trebitz? Baroness! Open the door!
Like how he kicks it open. Or just sleep. Ugh.
Step aside, please.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen. Hurry, Zellner. The murderer still has to be nearby. There's practically no one on deck. Anyone who's outside is a suspect. This time, we'll get him.
Jesus.
Zellner, are you okay?
Yes. Come on. We have to.
I can't tell if it's like ramping up or like, is this the climax or is this just the start of it? He aired the... Dude, RE4 remake. Like, I can't tell if this case is winding up or it's like starting up or winding down. What are they playing, bocce? If you're stuck, try talking to all characters.
Ah, you awake? Sleep well, did you?
I didn't sleep voluntarily. What's the status?
Save your breath.
Don't take that tone with me. While you were sleeping,
We were working. Uh-oh.
Have you arrested anyone yet?
You mean besides the Arab?
He could hardly have committed the murder. You must have been with him when it happened.
We heard the shot on the forecastle. I locked our friend in the detention cell in the cargo hold. You were already
sleeping.
Any other side?
No. Seconds after the alarm went off, the decks were swarming with frightened passengers.
Yes. A clever way to stay incognito.
But we still have our primary suspect.
You really think he's returned?
Well, I think that no one knows as much about the Raven as...
But still, it also...
What
I
knocked
didn't
me
pass
out?
out last night because of the blow to my head.
Seems unlikely. Inspector Legrand thinks...
You were
But
drugged.
Who gave...
The captain, huh?
It should be possible to find trace
That is
Tranquilizer.
without a laboratory.
Oh, he's got a lab. His cabin is packed. It's quite
with forensic
impressive.
stuff.
A competent man.
And diligent. He's been at it all
brushes
night
and
with his...
winters.
I wouldn't want to...
Alright, so get the champagne and take it to the professor.
What's the state of play?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range.
Whoa.
No more once the doc finishes examining the body in the medical centre.
And
was
no one
shot.
saw anything suspicious.
No one saw a shadowy raven. A lot of people heard the gunshot. Inspector Legrand wants to question the passengers again this morning once they've all
So calm down.
I suppose that you and Legrand inspected the crime.
Of course. And we already hit the jackpot.
Really?
On the gangway. The gangway for boarding the ship
Gangway.
folds up and hooks onto the hull when it's not being used. The murderer probably wanted to throw the gun into the sea. He casually
Dropped
dropped
it
it
overboard.
overboard.
But it landed on the gangway.
Bad luck.
But Legrand and I were on the side deck right after the shot.
There's no one.
Maybe the murderer threw the gun away later.
I think I'll look for Inspector Legrand now. You won't get rid of
Who
me.
had the gun?
I'm here to stay,
Who has a
Constable
gun?
Oliver.
Be that as it may,
'Cause I don't.
Inspector Legrand ordered me to guard the cargo hold with our special guest. That's fine by me.
Inspector's also a
Inspector
suspect
Legrand
of being
may
the
be able
Raven.
buy
He
without
wants to
sleep for
copycat
days on
him.
end, but not me. It's not easy playing with the big boys.
No.
Go to the side deck. What else do I have to do? Go downstairs. Examine the cabin door.
I'm pretty sure the seal doesn't have any legal relevance, but I'm still dependent on Legrand. I better not blow it.
Alright, breaking the seal. Alright. Don't go in her clubhouse yet. What is this?
And
Whoa.
if Galileo hadn't asserted himself...
Flat disk. Let's go here. You can go downstairs. So I want to talk to the passenger. I want to see, let's get some of this champagne. I wish I could run. Go to the, what's it called? Salmon. Music starts playing. This game is cool. It's like weird. He doesn't know where to walk. Get the, pick up some champagne and let's, examine it. I want to go back behind the bar. Look
How
out.
wonderful. It would be a...
Mediterranean Sea. Enter the after deck. What about this champagne? Isn't there anything that I can take? Don't you want to examine it? Let's go outside. Alright. Kinda gotta, walk around and look around and see what, look at this, examine the towels. See?
So I could reserve a deck chair. No, better.
Better not. What do you mean better not? Examine the
These
speakers.
things made quite a racket last.
What's it say? It said something else. Examine the deck chair. Examine the chain
Did
of lights.
Edison have any idea? I'd really like to, but I don't have...
Time for that at the moment. Go to the side deck. Lie in the sun.
Jacob.
Lie in the sun. Alright, let's go to the side deck. Weird. I wonder why I fucking said that. Go to the ship. Examine the gangway.
Curious. One can easily toss a gun into the sea from almost anywhere on the ship without being noticed. And yet, the murderer chose the one spot where it's not actually possible. I suppose the life jackets are stowed there. I hope I don't find...
Something needy one. Go upstairs. Go to the forecastle. Alright, let's stay on this current floor. Let's stay on the current floor. What does he have to say?
It may not seem like it, but Constable Oliver...
Very effective watchman. What, he fall asleep?
What?
I
asleep. What's your
What do
theory?
you think?
The Raven broke into the Baroness's cabin.
What was he looking?
She was a rich woman.
Why did...
Why not?
From
He
inside.
locked the door.
I'm not saying I know how he did it. I'm just saying that it was him.
He knows
Why
how to get
didn't
in
he
places,
leave a
lock it,
raven
and climb
feather?
back out.
Are you serious? We'd have suspected him straight away.
But for... Any conclusions?
Yeah, he's a bit
He's
foreign.
suspicious.
I see. Did he act
No. The shot surprised him as much as it looked in on him earlier.
Huh.
Still see.
covered with a blanket from head
So he
to
didn't have
toe?
a gun.
Oh, he's still in there.
May I go downstairs and
No.
come again?
Inspector Legrand wants to conduct all the
I'm
Figure he's
sure
by
he'll
himself.
understand if
I think
fought-
I
He ordered
suspect
me
the
to guard
inspector.
the door, and that's just what
He's
I'm
the only
gonna
one with a
do.
gun.
Oh,
How about, or do you think?
I think he knows better.
Let's assume
Raven
that the
really is returned.
No one's ever seen
Could
him.
be anyone, no
also-
one's
Of
seen him.
course. No,
Or
it's
the
a fact
only
that
guy
he's
who
got-
ever shot
but
him. Claims
no
to
one
have
could
shot him.
ever- Fascinating.
Hires
He
the
could have
financial
hired
difficulty.
some...
The man Legrand shot back then. He was a famous
Safe
safecracker.
cracker.
Or the real Raven. I don't want to keep you from your...
Good idea.
What about, examine the
Constable
water bottle?
Oliver brought... You can tell it's not the first time he's had to...
What about this?
He won't let... He respect... If I want to get into the
Water
car...
bottle. I have to do it. Examine the door.
The stowaway surely didn't... Although his cell is probably more comfortable.
Alright. Alright, let's see what else we can find here.
I wonder if this game... Maybe the inventor realized that it's difficult to play ball
On a
games...
boat. Oh, what is that called? Shuffleboard. Holy shit. Dude, I can't wait to get old.
Salty sea air in my... If I hadn't become a policeman...
I've been a sailor. So he wants to go down there. Alright, that's about it. He wants to go down there. I don't really like, talking to people for clues. I more so enjoy getting the items and fucking combining them together. I said I want to go there. Go up here. And then we'll go downstairs. I think these types of games are pretty slow, actually. I kind of like the more,
We
Wham
were
Bam
here
puzzle
yesterday
games.
when we heard the shot, and it was also... The grate must be part of the ship's ventilation.
That's it? Nothing out of the ordinary? The ship's ventilation? That's it?
The grate shouldn't be so easy
Easy
to open. No.
Pipe's too
The
narrow, it
pipe
wouldn't
is
fit.
too narrow.
What about up there?
This isn't a panoramic deck for visitors. There are pipes.
Steel.
I have no idea how the... I could inform the captain that the grid has to be... But if I start reporting all the problems on the ship, I'd...
Shelf murder investigation. Alright.
Why is there an...
Axe hanging here.
I
Chopping
suppose
down ropes.
it's or they use it to enforce who's allowed...
Who's allowed to
The
get in
ship's
around?
bridge. I
men.
get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems like the captain...
Contract passengers.
I better let the men do their
Their
work.
work.
If
Search
there's
the
dirt
corner.
piled down below where the passengers are, the ship is pretty clean.
Alright. Still no clues? He didn't really learn anything from doing that. Examine the gangway. He's gotta walk all the way here. Let's go downstairs. Wouldn't the stowaway be down here in the hull? music's getting
A
the
pitiful
music's getting
attempt
ominous.
to make the interior of the ship
That's
a bit
dreary.
of paint on the walls would have helped.
Enter the medical center.
An evacuation plan? And here, a
Schedule
schedule of
activities.
a real...
Go back upstairs. Walk away now.
An alarm like this... This
Hasn't
one
been
has...
set off. Seal's intact.
I'm
Examine the
not
hallway.
paying for this trip. It's rather...
Examine the door.
That is Legrand's.
Enter Legrand's cabin.
Come in. Ah, Zellner, are you ready?
Good morning, Inspector Legrand. My head is pounding, but I think I'm
He's got
okay.
like bottles all
Laurel
over the place to drink.
Hmm?
That's why you have a headache. I found traces of it in your champagne glass.
What have you found out so far?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We heard the shot. The murderer quickly fled the cabin and dropped the murder weapon over the railing later. A simple story so far.
But why was her cabin door locked?
Exactly. If the murderer wanted to make it seem like a suicide, he'd have shot her in the head and left the gun at the crime scene.
And if it was murder, why did he go to all the trouble of locking the door from inside? And how did he manage that anyway?
Especially since we arrived just a few seconds later and didn't see anyone near the cabin.
Something doesn't make sense here.
No, it doesn't, and it's driving me crazy.
Did you find the murder weapon?
On the gangway on the side of the ship. I suspect the murderer tried to drop it into the sea. He would have stood close to the railing to let it fall unseen.
And since he doesn't know the ship, he had bad
Yeah,
luck
like a drop
and
on
dropped
gangway.
it right onto the gangway.
Indeed.
Not
Neither.
what kind of
A pistol.
anti-
Manufactured a million times. The owner is David Kreutzer. We found him tonight totally
Really?
drunk on the bow of the ship.
That's his
He
gun,
can
but it was
fingerprint
stolen from him?
Nothing.
Weird.
But it's worth mentioning that the clip was missing.
Two bullets.
And
The ballistic tests. Actually, I've been waiting far too long for the bullet. Pay the good doctor a visit, son.
do you believe
He'll be the first
Violinist.
person. He
I
claims he
question-
can't remember anything from the
Has to
last.
do
he was on the
hours.
train and he doesn't have an alibi?
He fits the profile. He travels
Comes
a lot.
alive.
And this?
Is a tranquilizer. Can
Sold
be
in
dissolved. Who
alcohol.
gave you the glass?
I
Cap.
believe
If believing were enough for us, we'd have be a
Please.
policeman and find.
Understood. You think that the jewel thief is the murderer?
Our friend would have needed another key to open the safe and steal the
That's
second
his motive.
At least.
What do you...
The Baroness was famous for her forgetfulness. I convinced
It's
her
very
to.
given
It
to.
seems safer.
The thief
kidding.
searches the Baroness's cabin,
She
The third
returns
key.
from the.
surprises him,
He imprisons her until the coast is clear,
and
Shoots
thus the thief becomes...
but still doesn't have all.
Are
Interesting.
you sure that there's no...
Professor
bomb.
Lucien locked it in front of an audience, and it will be opened for the first time.
Let's hope...
It would take hours to crack it. And
Or
or the three.
For the three keys.
do you think...
He wrote
Raven's
the letter
really
that was
behind
on
the
the
list.
safe in the train. Without the letter, we wouldn't have opened the
Open the
safe,
safe
and the
and
bomb
bombs.
wouldn't.
But it doesn't seem like him, does it?
Never
It's
hurts
his
anybody.
handwriting. I chased that man across Europe for.
But the evidence...
Enough.
I'll be on my way. I want to find out...
Good idea.
drugged
And get
my
the bullet from
champagne?
Dr.
Of course.
Get the bullet from a doctor. All right. Find out who drugged me and get the
Legrand,
bullet from a
Are
doctor.
you okay?
He's probably been taking it too.
Maybe...
I can sleep once I've called. Goodbye.
be seeing you.
All right, I gotta talk to the doctor.
Legrand is risking not just his... He's
Hell.
working like a demon.
What does it say? Enter? No.
No,
the cab.
I've slept...
All right, let's talk to the doc then.
Come in.
The violinist. Jeez, they got a mortuary and everything.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
And
This game's
there's the
graphics
next
are really good.
Excuse me?
You want something else from me, don't you?
I'm afraid I do.
What a first day at work. Well,
What's with the
Have
bullet?
you already removed the bullet?
did Legrand send you? What is that Frenchman's problem? I already told you. I will get in touch as soon as I have it. That is also what I told the constable, who he kept sending all night long. What?
Did he look over your shoulder?
He probably wanted to take the scalpel from my hand and hack away
My
himself.
surgery can't
That's
let amateurs interfere.
understandable.
Just finished.
Send my regard.
Thanks. What's the result?
She's dead.
I didn't make you work all night.
She was shot.
Point
It
blank with a
seems
pistol.
like she was lying
Lying
in
on the
bed.
bed.
The shot struck her heart.
One?
More were unnecessary.
And there's
heard
just
one.
one entrance.
Oh yeah, he was outside
Just
when they
one.
heard that.
I am told that I was drugged.
That's how it seems.
What can you tell me about it?
Me? Why should that...
Haven't you any...
No,
Alas.
the inspector said I'll let him do it. That way I...
Concentrate on the body. So the second shot that's missing from the pistol is the one that was fired downstairs at the crate.
Do you think the Baron... She was very tired.
Unsteady.
I
May have
heard
been.
about that. And without having seen her myself, it is...
Of course.
So the
She
server.
was quite overweight. And
Doesn't so...
happens more frequently than... It is
suppose.
possible that the Baron...
Whose glass did I
Do you
drink
know
from?
What do you...
Captain De Conti handed
Gave
me
me
a
a
glass.
champagne.
Did you...
I'm just asking because you were also in the circle.
Yes, but I only entered the saloon a few seconds
seconds
before
after
you.
you.
Which, in ret...
was lucky.
I think that's it.
No. That is it for now. I'm going to lie down for... Can you tell that to your...
But...
Damn, he threw me out. Whoa, nice glitch.
Could I at least have the key?
Absolutely not.
But if we have to examine the victim again...
Then the esteemed inspector knows
where to
my
find
good
me.
night.
Damn, he's pissed. But I have the bullet, don't I?
That's
Yeah.
the bullet from the back. I
Nice.
don't know
Corpse,
much about
shotgun.
guns.
Gron will tell me more about it.
Come in. Constable?
About the... Here it is.
Excellent. Give it. As I suspected.
A Luger.
Don't you want to
And-
examine it? And
When I have... For now, though, we can assume that we had the
The
murder.
murder weapon.
There can't be too many antique Luger always.
May I take a look at the Baroness's cabin?
We already searched it thoroughly.
Sure. But what about now?
Yes, yes. Here, take this.
Take the key, nice.
Thanks. I'll let you know
But only then, please.
of... About...
Do you know how you...
Not...
Then you should stop wasting...
I'll be in...
Very well.
Alright, so find out who got my glass. I gotta talk to, what's his name? The captain. Alright, let's go search your cabin. This game's pretty cool. The story's shaping up pretty nice. Cool, crack the seal.
This is the first murder scene I...
I've ever set foot in. Boom. Damn, you gotta look up. Holy shit, look at all the stuff I gotta look at. Examine the lock and chain.
The door frame was damaged. The
Damage
real
when he kicked it
question
in.
is...
Oh yeah, he did
why
kick it.
was the...
Why was it locked? Yeah, let's look up there. The cover.
There should be a
Ventilation
ventilation
shaft
shaft,
behind the
usually
hatch.
a good way to break in
Break
and
in
out
undetected.
undetected.
The shafts are very small here.
Another alarm. It was
Another
tripped
alarm.
at some point. The seal is broken. But there's no way...
Yeah.
The
Examine
most
the portable cover.
unportable portman...
Open the portmanteau.
A portable bar must be hard work transporting this. And the Baroness was lucky that the other freight cars were only lightly... The note, I suppose,
ship's
all the
emblem.
first-class cabin.
First class cabin. Damn, what kind of clue is this? Whoa, what? Whoa. Etch-a-sketch. What does that say? Inspector, be in the saloon at 10 p.m.
It says, Inspector, be in the saloon
There's
at
a murder
10
on board
p.m.
and I will
The
expose
Baroness
him.
seems to have known, and that means that the Raven can't be the murderer. Legrand
anybody.
probably never got the message. The mannequin surely came with the cabin. A mannequin for the Baron.
Generous figure.
The portholes face the... If someone
deck.
climbed out of the cabin through a porthole,
Would have
Legrand...
seen him. With the luggage. There's blood on the bed.
Apparently, the Baroness didn't have time to
Pack
or
of
rather,
bags.
didn't have time to tell her butler to unpack. Something's under...
We'll go pick it up. Down feathers.
Maybe nothing old. It seems like one of the feathers was
Scorched
scored.
at the top. Literally burned. Examine the vase.
A big, ugly,
Ugly
if it
and
had a wider
practical
opening,
vase.
one could have...
Umbrella stand. What about the blood on the bed?
There's still blood on the sheet, and the blanket have already been removed.
Search the bed. Like the light shining off his head. Nothing. Examine the blood spot.
The blood spot is the only sign.
Someone's committed a crime.
That's odd. The blood is so red. Shouldn't it grab?
Darken and turn brown. Alright. Search a cupboard. At 10 p.m.
It must go with the built-in speakers. The tape recorder is older than the hills, top of the range.
Doesn't come cheap. That's it? I don't really know what I know in here. What did I learn? Some feathers and
The
a
tip
message.
of one of the...
So then that's it? Alright, some feathers and a blood spot. What else do I have to do? Look at this guy.
The Baroness's butler looks like he didn't get much...
Sleep. It's kind of dragging
Hello,
on.
Mr. Inch.
Oh,
Mr.
You look
Inch.
the worse for wear.
quite terrible. No one will hire me now. My mistress...
Would
Was
you...
murdered.
hire a butler?
But if it turns out that
Not
you're...
guilty.
But what if not? There are no guards.
Under
Understand
these
your problem.
circumstances, I'm sure you'd answer some questions.
Of course.
Did you notice anything?
It's
No,
suspicious.
sir. After the
Went to
I
the
was
saloon.
there until the alarm went off.
Alarm went off.
I went to the side deck and arrived.
She
We
was
found
dead.
you and Inspector Legrand
Your
there.
unconscious Spectre has to take care of you. Alright.
Did you hear the gun?
No, just
Just the alarm.
You said you were on the forecastle. It sounded like the Baroness let you have...
not
Rest of it off.
entirely, sir. One
For
of
the
the crew
crew.
informed me that the Baroness wanted to be roused.
Roused
Right.
quarter to 10.
I suppose that she
For the
wanted...
toast
She
of
hadn't
passengers.
That was not her way, sir. She had a
She
lot
had a lot of spirit.
spirit.
The Baroness's cabin seems to have been...
Indeed, sir. But
Really?
she was
Herself.
searching for something.
Searching for
And
something.
did she
Maybe the
I
key.
think she did, sir. Yes, she was in.
My
You wouldn't
spirit.
happen to know what she was...
I'm afraid not.
Huh.
Would you describe the...
Well, she
Orderly.
That
a lot of
doesn't answer-
used
responsibilities.
to take a lot of luggage.
Take a lot
she
of
was
luggage.
always very angry when.
What about the photo?
I
photos.
really don't know. The memories from the war.
The Baroness seemed to...
Is
Pretty
that?
drunk.
Does that surprise you?
Oh yes, she drank.
I
Never a
understand.
secret.
How...
Serious.
Was she under any med...
Medical
Certainly not.
supervision.
Like so
No.
many.
How long had you worked for them?
6 months.
Only... I always
6
thought that
months.
butlers...
Those decades have to. Her former butler wasn't able.
I understand.
I
And
took
his
on
duties.
May I ask...
a souvenir.
Doesn't it...
Yes, sir.
I didn't...
The Baroness had a sock.
I think...
Disabled
Please, sir.
veterans.
Fine.
Please, sir, find the murderer. That's it. Alright. What about, What about the captain? Here we go. Oh, let's talk to her first.
Lady Wentworth. But maybe that's just... I saw a twinkle in her eye on the train.
What does she think about all this detective nonsense?
Lady Westmacott. Already on...
Constable, don't you think before...
I'm sorry.
No time for chit-chat. What have you found out?
We're still working on the case.
Please, go ahead.
What did you think of our adventure?
On
I'm
the train.
glad that you were able to prove it.
Yourself.
Hopefully...
I'm glad that everything ended well.
Did well. Sincerely thank take care of Matthew.
I can't bear.
It all worked. Do you think
about the-
that the thief from the
The
train...
train and the murder are the
think the
same.
new
New
Raven
Raven is
Ron
capable of
believes
anything.
there is no...
He said that.
Do you think it's possible? Everyone...
As a dramatist, the return of the Raven would certainly
Be
be
delightful. A legend from
At
the
the same
grave.
time, though,
Why is that?
I followed the Raven's career
Closely. There weren't many
But
burgers
his
with character
burglaries were that he
charm.
was sloppy in London, and I'll never forgive him for the affair on the train. No, I would much rather that the Raven
Stay
stayed
dead had
dead.
nothing to do with the betrayal or murder.
What
So
do
who's
you
the
think?
suspect?
Everyone, or almost everyone.
Almost everyone
But
bored is
who
capable of
has the
shooting
dark
someone.
desire to take the
One cannot...
and you have to collect evidence.
Evidence.
It won't be like a bad crime novel in which they introduce a new character shortly before the end who
Surprise, surprise, is
Murderers
also the
leave
murderer.
evidence.
They're nervous.
The
about it.
and because of that,
They
this
make
is
mistakes.
your chance, Constable. If you
Find the
find
mistake. Huh,
Have you
interesting.
noticed anything related to the
This
murder?
music.
Unfortunately, I was already in my cabin
Cabin
and
amidst
missed
the
all.
You're
commotion.
telling...
Oh, you're still young. At my age, and
Won't
although I've
experience
written
anything.
about murder so many,
I
Never
doubt
witnessed
every...
one.
heartless is the word. I certainly didn't want the baronet.
To be murdered.
What do you...
He
Think of
seems
the
to be as
inspector.
skilled as everyone.
He's
I had a
skilled.
chat with him, yes. There's
Impressed
something.
me.
I don't think he ever really...
Please stop
Catching the
hunting for the
Raven
Raven.
made him famous. Unjustified fame bothers people.
And you think he's one of the...
Anyone who tries so hard to tear down his own
Memorial
memorial
must be
must
honored.
go insane.
Huh. So
I
she
have
doesn't
to be
suspect
going, Lady
him.
Westmacott.
Please keep
Yeah, I
me
don't know. The
informed, Constable
violinist?
Zellner.
I don't know.
Of course.
Maybe the violinist.
Captain DeConti is sitting at the bar again.
What is this then? The ice bucket. What's the deal here?
The alcoholic drinks and everything that...
Top notch on the ship.
Fresh ice and tongue.
Just takes all the stuff.
Constable Zellner. Are even the police light thing?
I need this...
Well then, why so? How
How are you getting along?
What was your experience?
Last night.
dinner was fantastic.
Everyone's
You were in the
excited.
saloon...
Yes, the captain, after
Scared
you
of
and the
passengers.
others, but when the alarm...
Lost my
How
battle.
was...
After she was
surprised
so
me.
unapproachable at the reception,
didn't
but
show her
then she
face.
arrived in...
Best
Did she
of
say
moves.
She asked me where Legrand's
Cabins
cabin
was.
was.
Have
I
some
told her
drinks.
the
It'll
whole
be fun.
ship will be there.
And
don't wanna
then...
miss that.
She seemed to like the idea. Then she
The
came
idea.
back.
She's very happy.
But at some point...
She
didn't
overdid
feel
it
good.
a bit. I asked her if she wanted to
Rest for a moment, and she definitely didn't want to, but she
realized
did.
We left together.
Did everyone drink from the same...
There was more than one bottle.
Oh,
if
the
that's
bottle maybe, not just the
There were
glass.
quite a few guests.
The last bottle of champagne.
But they would need to be
The
open.
one the Baroness drank from.
Certain.
We have reason to believe...
But wouldn't that have made...
Not if it was only the Baroness's glass that...
I see. That's possible.
Many
There
glasses
are
are filled and
several
empty. Many
stewards,
stewards. No one keeps
Few
track of any
drops.
glass in every
Yeah.
bottle.
The glass you handed me
Last
last...
night, where'd you get
You
it?
think your glass was put...
Did you put...
No. I saw that you weren't doing
So,
so. I took
wonder-
the first available glass.
Was it on the...
No, I hurry over to you. Together
Dr.
with
Gerhardt.
glass in his hand.
He was
He
looking
was
around for a
looking
place.
for a place to set it down, so that he could I took it from...
And...
I'd like to apologize. You look so worse for the wear.
Where came to comfort you.
So the...
Doctor had the drug
Is it
glass in his
possible
hand.
to find out where the alarm was set up?
I'm afraid there are alarms all over the...
I saw that they're sealed. Can't we just check...
I'm afraid they're gonna be missing on a
A lot of alarms. It's an
So,
old ship.
you're saying that the alarm...
Alarms haven't been regularly
Of
maintained.
course.
So that doctor doesn't want anybody poking around. I don't know. You think the doctor shot her? No, because he was outside the room. But he did hand him the glass. He might have just had it. I don't know.
What can you tell me about the passengers?
You don't need to care about who had the glass. Care about who
Not
put the
that
poison.
much, I'm afraid. In most
proper
cases,
reception
there
aboard
are
the
a
ship.
few regulars on board, and after this,
Conversation with the
It
violinist.
seems like there aren't that...
these bloody airplanes are making out. Can you
That's
imagine?
miserable.
Grown men prefer to jack.
It's all about.
It shouldn't
He
be
doesn't like
about
planes.
how much time.
I'll get back to my.
Ciao.
Chow Constable. So then, what the hell clue is that now? The glass of champagne. I gotta go tell Legrand. The glass of champagne. And then what? Interrogate the stowaway?
Come in.
It's weird having to pull the story out from all these characters and just like
Constable?
extract the dialogue. Should just been a movie.
About the train.
Who gave you?
It was Captain.
You're sure?
He doesn't deny. But he also says that the glasses
Passed
passed.
around many
could have
hands.
Maybe the question isn't who put the poison in the glass, but rather
They
Smart.
wanted the poison.
And who?
Dr. Gebhardt. The captain got the
It's
glass.
from him.
Huh,
Huh,
an
interesting.
unconscious ship's doctor. That sounds like it would be more use to a murderer than a
Drug constable.
You think so? Did the murderer have reason to assume that his shot might not kill the victim immediately?
You're right.
Safer, huh?
My ego is just searching for reasons for them to want to kill her. Good job.
I found feathers.
Really?
The Baroness cabin.
I hope this is leading up to...
Some of the feathers.
Singed.
Show me.
Maybe from the flash of the gun.
Well, you
Or the
may have
bullet.
something here.
I think that someone fired a shot
Through a pillow or something like that.
Something like that.
Scorched them.
Possible. Tried?
Trying to find the pillow. What?
I
Blood
took a
spot.
closer look at the blood.
Yes, what's wrong?
It looks
Odd. I understand. The iron in blood causes it to darken the longer it's...
right. And
We don't have time to waste. Dr. Gebhardt, examine the body thoroughly. He would have noticed if anything was wrong.
you trust Dr. Gebhardt completely.
I trust everyone as much as is advisable. There will be a complete autopsy in Cairo. Until then, the doctor is one of the few people on board who is not a suspect. You, him, the stowaway, Constable Oliver, and I all have alibis.
There are still enough suspects left.
Maybe she's not dead. She's just drugged
I was
unconscious.
able to make the traces of a note on the Baroness's notepad legible. She wrote that a murderer is on board and
She'll
that she'll
unmask him.
unmask if we can find.
I was the recipient.
Monsieur?
When I entered my cabin last night, I found a message on the floor.
Why didn't you say
I didn't know that I was obliged.
we are partners?
Not really. You're helping me out
to
until
get to
we...
Cairo
but-
because you remain on board.
I'll
huh?
choose when and with whom you can
Show
accept
information.
that and continue assisting me, or you can spend the rest of the journey on a deck
Deck chair.
And none of this is by any chance related to the fact that the message.
Doesn't
The
suit your
Baroness
Raven theory.
knew the murderer from the past,
Past.
and he was already a murderer when he boarded the ship. The
Raven was just
Raven
a
was
thief.
always
Huh,
Careful,
interesting.
Constable. Are you accusing me of perverting the fact?
Of course not, Miss.
Then let's get
Because
back
she,
to work.
because when she
Good
looked
day,
through the
Constable.
telescope,
I'll be in touch.
she
if
saw
I
him
uncover
and she
more
knew who it
clues.
was,
Very well.
and she was shocked. But who did she know that he murdered or she murdered? Maybe it's the girl. What about the girl? So then now what the fuck am I supposed to do? Let's look at my clues. Oh fuck, the murderess. So what am I supposed to be doing here? Clues and evidence. What's my mission? Murder? What's my mission? What's my mission? So they don't want to talk to the doctor anymore? The pillow. He said something about the pillow. Grant's cabin. What about the doctor? There are enough suspects left.
Neither Dr. Gebhardt nor, but in contrast to good old Robert, I wonder what would happen if Legrand dragged.
Okay, weird. There are enough suspects left. Yeah, what about the girl? I bet that's who it is. But she wasn't on the train. I don't know, it's odd. He said something about examine the pillow. Find the pillow that they shot through. Go to the cabin again. Examine the vent, the blood stain. Yeah, what about this? Is that the tape recorder? Did I look at everything in here? The luggage, the porthole, the vase, the blood, the tape recorder. What about that? Painting.
Sunflowers. Can't be no. Portable cupboard. Lock and chain. Leave the cabin. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe talk to maybe go outside and see who's on board. Maybe go outside and see who's on board. He said something about the pillow. I'm gonna go back outside and see the deck chairs and all this stuff out here. Did he say that? Who did he shoot to get shot through? I can't examine any of this stuff now. What about this? Go to the side deck. That's it. My score 13,000. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's upstairs. Go upstairs. I mean, I checked all this shit out. I don't know who else to talk to. Examine everything up here. Like, there's not a lot I can do with some of these clues. All we have to do is talk to people and figure out who's suspicious. What about the violinist? What about the violinist? I have to talk to the young, even though, and goodness, if I want, he won't let me.
I'm only talking to his young friend. So what's the deal? Wake up and let me in here.
He won't let me talk. He respects Legrand. If I want to get into the cargo hold,
I'll have to get rid of the constable first. So what the hell else is there to do? What the hell else is there to do? He said something about the pillow. Ice cube tongs? What the fuck do I have that for? Wait a minute, wait a minute. What can I use those with? What can I use those with, if anything?
the death of his mother.
I don't really know. I can't get in there. I can't get into the, I can't get into the, what's it called? What about the vent? What about... You can't really use it anywhere once you're here. Ordinarily when they let you select the item, it'll show you what you can use it with. Blood spot. I don't know.
I don't care what Legrand and Dr. Gebhardt say. Maybe I'll get the chance
to analyze it. I don't really know. I'm kind of getting tired of fucking playing this game. It's kind of dull. Although that's the problem. Like, the fucking actual story and the mystery of this damn thing is pretty incredible. And all the pieces keep coming together. What about the little kid? Is the little kid on board anymore? I guess not. What about this guy? What else do you have to say?
I'm sure Captain DeConti wouldn't mind a chat, but I don't
think he can help me at the moment. Well, what the fuck? Captain DeConti? I mean, come on.
The ship must have been rebuilt at
some point with modern glass. What did he tell me to do? He said find the pillow. And the doctor doesn't want anything. Jesus Christ. Return of the Raven? Who is the murderer? I'm looking for clues that could lead us to the killer. Legrand gave me permission to search the Baroness's cabin. What about this hint? Maybe the gunshot I heard is connected to the murder. Duh. Oh, it's stealing points! I should search the cabin thoroughly for clues. I already did that. Examine the stain of blood, the spot on the blood. If I take a couple... What? A sample of the blood? I can examine it in more detail? A sample of fucking what? Page 1, page 2. Return of the Raven. Damn, I'm spending my points. What else do I have? A message. If I take a sample of the
I wonder what
blood...
information. If I didn't know better...
Say he was hiding something. Look for clues. The violinist. I guess you shouldn't fucking, reveal any of those fucking hints. Mary Miller. What is this now? What is this now? The locked compartment. I hate how you can't go back. Shadow on the train. 3 keys. Stowaway. The gunshot. Clues and evidence. Who is the Raven? Who is the murderer? So that's the very last thing. So that's the very last thing. Maybe the gunshot I heard in the cargo hold is oh, because you just spent the points to reveal it. Maybe what? Maybe the gunshot I heard in the cargo hold is connected to the murder in the cargo hold. I should search the cabin thoroughly for clues. If I take, what? A sample of the blood, I can examine it in more detail. But he was talking about the, how am I going to examine it in more detail? I'm pretty much ready to pretend that I'm stuck and quit. Just because I'm kind of getting bored. Take a sample with the letter. I don't have any other, I gave him the feathers. He said something about the pillow. I guess it doesn't really matter. What about this? Examine the porthole. The porthole?
An impressive...
For a murder investigation. What about the vase? What about the tape recorder? What about this? See, you can't use this either. What about the doctor's office? Examine the luggage. What did he tell me to do? No. What about the doctor? I think you should fucking go interrogate him. Does he have anything else to say? Mistress, nothing. Nothing. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there, like it's Metal Gear Solid.
Model of the White Hawk.
Model of the freighter. Go upstairs. Examine the plant. Little stones. Wait a minute. What's here? What's here?
Not only does the poor plant have to make do without...
Doesn't have any soil either. Take some stones. What does this fucking mean?
Really?
Take some stones. What am I supposed to do with stones?
Although...
Sooner or later. What's the deal here? Little stones. What's the deal there?
Small, even stones. Probably easier to...
On a ship than real soil. Examine the window.
We're lucky that the Lydia has a well. I suppose it was added.
During the war. Can I go in there or what?
Dr. Gebhardt locked the door.
For good
Something
reason.
tells me that...
He wouldn't be amused. To look at that corpse. Take the stones. What the fuck is a stone and an ice tong going to be used for?
I better not bother him until I have something new.
He seems stressed. Well, I don't know what else to fucking do. What do I have? I have stones and a tong. And a fucking note. Stones and a tong and some notes. What other items could I take? They don't have anything. What other items could I take? I like this song. What about that deck? Let's go out on this deck. Nothing out here, no items. What happened to all the towels and everything? Everything that I could take. I looked at everything. I looked at, see, like, some of these clues go away, I guess, so... I don't know.
Small, even...
Use the fucking stones. Where else haven't I gone? I keep going in the Baroness' chamber. That's about it. That's about it. Use the stones on the bloodstain. What about the vase? No, not the tape recorder. The vase.
There's
Only one reel.
And it's the
wrong one.
No.
No sign of the original reel.
A
What's the
reel
deal?
made by siblings tapes can be They're used in offices so that executives can record messages for the sec, but they're not good for much else. They're all
Robust. Take the audio tape reel. What's the deal? No,
the sibling, the tape that came on it, and the reel that belongs to
are gone. Can't examine the bloodstain yet. What about this? Keep examining the vase.
Can't see.
Can't see anything.
Wow.
You just dump it out. More of those feathers.
Aha. Why were the down feathers? Or is
something else in there? What's the damn? Hey, I had those tongs. Hey, wait a minute. I might be onto something here.
More and
more feathers. They're singed too.
I'd better take it with me.
Why don't I use the tongs? Look at that on the vase.
Good
Look
work.
at that. Maybe I'll get a bullet.
There's something in there.
Look at that.
Someone stuffed this in the vase. Looks like it's been used to. If this isn't an important disc. Legrand.
Here I come. So then that's what he's telling me. Legrand. Here I come. The porthole, the luggage. So, is there anything else that I need to use with this blood? Examine the blood. Use the pillowcase with the blood spot, or match it?
Better not. The pillowcase is evident.
Don't want to smear blood on it. Alright.
The tape.
Alright, so I gotta go tell him. Okay. I got these stones. Anything else? Well, I also have this pillowcase that was used to muffle a gunshot. Well, why'd you tell me about the stones? I don't know. It seemed important. You actually pick up a lot of items and then don't use them.
A pillowcase is proof that there must have been a second gunshot.
And he walks right in there.
Hector?
Can't you knock? I'm going to question each. Anyone without an airtight alibi will be checked. But people trip up when you put pressure. The Raven is nervous.
He changed the methodology and became a murderer.
I'll see it in his eyes. After you.
But Inspector Legrand. We have no proof that the Raven and the murderer are the same person. Quite the opposite. The Baroness's message hints at the fact that she knew the murderer and that he'd killed before.
You may not know it, but I do. I will catch him with or without your help.
I don't believe it. What's gotten into him? Ah, well. It makes no sense to tell him about my theories if his opinion is already set. I need evidence. Or better yet, the murderer. I also need his lab if I'm going to get anywhere. I need to get in there somehow. And I really need to talk to the stowaway. He may have information, and the inspector will just ignore him since he's too young to be the Raven.
the door at the Grand's cabin. Alright. What do we have here? I could get the doctor to open his door, I could go in Legrand's cabin, and he's going to question everybody. Maybe if the inspector wants to make the constable interrogate that stowaway. I don't know. I think that opened up a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to call it. I don't know if I'll come back and stream this game again. It's really cool. I think the story's cool, but it's pretty slow. A point-and-click adventure game, it's pretty slow. But it is getting more interesting, and the clues are unraveling. There's definitely a murderer on board. Is he the thief? We don't know. He could only possibly be the Raven.